Hello and welcome to Gardening at 58 North. In this video I'm going to be repotting my sensitive plant here, whose Latin name is Mimosa pudica. And the reason for that is, well, it desperately needs repotting. You can see how tall it is and leggy, and how little the plant pot is. It's not looking happy at the moment because I've just picked it up and basically it's closed all its leaves and the leaves are hanging down. But they still open up later and they'll look better. The other reason it doesn't look too happy is because the pot's so small, it's really struggling inside the small pot, but also at the time of planting this I didn't have the correct soil mixture, so it's not in the best soil for what it really needs. So I've got a much better mix now. What sensitive plants really do well in is a kind of a mixture of peat and loam compost, with also, it has to be really well drained, so I've got a bit of perlite in there. What I've used here is actually a cactus compost, which has got the loamy texture to it with a bit of sand. It's also got low nutrients. There's a little bit of peat added in there because it does do well with a little bit of peat for some moisture. And there's also added some more perlite just to make sure it's well free drained. So that's what I'll be using today. So I'll just fill up the bottom of the pot before I plant. And there we are. And you have to be a bit careful when you're repotting a sensitive plant because, look carefully here, there are some downward pointing spines, and they'll really hurt quite badly if you pull up on the plant, so you've got to be quite careful. You can just see that there's that one there. They really are very sharp, so when you grab it and pull up you have to be very careful you don't get a thorn in yourself, so that's something to watch out for. So here we are, you can see the roots. They're fairly root bound, but a lot of the roots have been dying off because it's been such a small pot, it's been drying out in just one day in the hot sun, and then possibly getting a bit damp because it's quite moisture retentive. So it's going between the two extremes. It hasn't been good for it. So this should do much better in this new pot. Much more compost in it for its roots to grow into, and also it's got much better mixture. So I'll be scraping the top surface off because that's actually just a layer of dead leaves that have come off the plant, and we don't need any of the dead leaves going into the mix. I'll scrape that off. And what I might do is I might trim it back because at the moment it has got very leggy. That's another thing that sensitive plants do, is they do get very leggy very easily. It's just how they kind of naturally grow. There's not much you can do about it, but if you do regularly prune it back, it will help to make it a bit bushier and look nicer. So I'll just hold this in position now as I just top up the last bit of the compost. Give it a little shake and a tap to make sure it fills all the gaps. I'm not going to push down hard because I don't want to destroy the soil structure. There we are. Not as nice a pot. I'll probably put a little cacti in here because I've got some cacti that can go in there. For this plant I will hopefully get some nicer pots soon, but at the moment what it really needs is a bigger pot. So there it is in a better sized pot for it. What I will be doing as well is I'm going to be giving it a prune later on. I'll see how it does in this pot and then I'll probably prune it back. You can see this one has actually died back from the top. Up there it's died back all the way to here and it's resprouted from the side. I think that's died back with the stress from the drought and also stress from a small pot. It's just kind of pulling back its reserves a bit. It's getting the plant back to the right size for the size of the pot. But that should grow up away nicely now. So I'll keep you updated with the sensitive plant and I'll let you guys know how it gets on.